All right, I decided to make one final video before putting it all together. So here you see that razor thin. There's a circle around each one of our TV. I got my pretty fat bead right here, sealing it into the gasket corners, all four corners. On this one right here, I can even take my finger, splooch it over a little bit, and then right here, this RTV, I do this two reasons. One, because I don't want to just do a circle, but two, this will actually help seal the surface of this and prevent corrosion. So there's my four corners there, nice and thin RTV bead. Basically what you end up doing, you take this guy right here, good luck doing this with a cast iron, and you line up the bolt holes and set it down. So that's it right there. I got my bolts, wiggle it in there to get the bolt holes lined up, and then what we're going to end up doing is the corners first, so that if there's any movement, it's not going to make the gasket slide out of alignment. That's your big issue right there. And there's four. Okay, once we get the four in, and see this one, I think the gasket had slid a little bit. I got to get it put back on center, not a problem. 5, 6. So then I'm just going to go in here in no particular order, just back to front, and get the remainder of the bolts put in place. So this is, keep in mind, this isn't tightening them down. This is just finger tight at this point. And this is kind of a big deal as far as getting it done quickly, because with the chemicals that I put on the gaskets, or the gasket and the mating surfaces, those things dry, those things cure. So faster we get it together, the better it's going to be. All right. So one thing I would mention, once we get this torqued down, we'll see a little bit of a bead coming out of here. And in my opinion, that's a good sign. You want to see, not a lot, but you want to see RTV coming out, you know, I guess as evenly as possible is a good thing to say. You don't want any gaps where it's missing, because if it's missing, that means you might not have put enough RTV. Another thing, it could just be getting squeezed back into the oil side as opposed to the outside. So that's one thing to consider. But what I would do back in my day, before I made such perfect RTV gaskets, is if I had a little spot where it wasn't coming out, I'll just get a dab on my finger and even it out. So don't even need to do that necessarily. Maybe just grab some here and squeeze it over. So that's it right now. I got Cole over there stealing more shop towels, looking very guilty. So when it's all said and done, I'm going to start from the middle and work my way out in a spiral. So tighten, tighten. Next one will be tighten this one, come over, tighten the next series, here, out until they're all tightened. That one right there should take just a couple minutes, and I'm just going to do it in a, you know, I'll do just like the first round will be snug, and then the second round will be tight. And that way it'll give a good even distribution. The clamping force is starting from the middle and working its way out, and it helps to avoid things like warping it, gasket not sealing, and it'll help, you know, again with that clamping force to get the RTV squeezed out of here and have a uniform application and sealing across the board. One thing that I am going to have to address is the corrosion on this. So this surface right here for the thermostat, it doesn't look horrible, although it is degraded. The problem that we're going to have is on the thermostat housing. So the dude that had this car put together, you know, had a lot of like shiny, nice, ricey things, but look at the corrosion in this. It's so bad that it was actually starting to leak. Again, the corrosion on this, it's just not good. What I'm going to do is I'm going to encourage my buddy to get like a sacrificial anode you know, like a zinc bolt or something in there, that will get chewed up, as opposed to, you know, things like this happening. So especially if he wants to go with aluminum heads in the future, this is going to help out to avoid those things getting corroded. But for now, it's all just simple assembly and kind of go by ear. And once I figure out, once I hit the next step, we'll start another video.